So karma got back at my school bullies. Let's talk about it. But before that, if you're somebody who wants victim of bullying or any kind of other abuse to be neutral or forget about it, this video is not going to be for you. Since I'm the person who is involved in the situation, I would not be able to stay neutral, and I apologize about that upfront. Okay, now let's get back to the video. I had two major bullies. One we will call S, another we will call P because that's their initial. So S bullied me for 6 years during the entire middle school, and P bullied me for all the 10 years that I was there, from the ages 5 to 15. Now, how did they bully me? So, S had a problem with how skinny I was, and ironically, she was the skinniest person in our class, and yet she would skinny shame me. She also had a problem with my nose, so often she would come by during the lunch break, she would tap on my shoulder, and as I turned back, immediately she would hit me on my nose and she would say things like, I'm going to hang a bucket from your nose. And then she would encourage other people to bully me, insult me. She would pull me down whenever she could, and she would act like I was the overreactor whenever I did not participate in her joke where she was insulting me. Now, coming to P. P was more physically violent and she drew pleasure from hurting other people. S did too. So, one day I had this swelling which was black and blue because somebody threw a bottle at me, and it wasn't their fault. Okay, that's how we used to pass things if we are far away in the classroom because we weren't allowed to change our seats. So after that, this classmate of mine apologized to me multiple times because that wasn't their intention. They did not want to hurt me. Anyways, the next day I go to school and P sees that and she pokes me in the same spot, which hurts. And as I am comprehending what is happening, she goes in with a punch. And obviously, I get hurt. It was very painful, and two tears drop from my eyes. And I ask her what is wrong with her, and then I walk away. I remember her behind me telling other people, she's such an overreactor. It's so embarrassing. I didn't even hurt her that bad. Then another time, my foot went under the kitchen door and the toenail from my big toe got stripped off and it hurt like hell. However, we had an exam one day after that accident, so I had to go with that injured leg to give exams. And P tried stomping on it to prove whether I actually had an injury or I was faking it for attention, because I think she thought everybody is like her. And ironically, she was the biggest pick me in the class. So one day, one of the brothers of our classmate came to pick our classmate up. And while we were walking towards our home, P was walking behind me and she was repeatedly hitting me at the back of my knee. And when I asked her not to do that, she looked at the brother and acted like she doesn't know how to have fun. So embarrassing. She doesn't know we are doing this for fun. This is a joke, literally. Like, so embarrassing. Not like me. I'm one of the guys. I know how to have fun. Now, how did karma get them back? So, after I changed schools in high school, I lost contact with all my classmates, except for one who was very close to being a friend. Now, she told me that she arranged a party for the classmates who went to the same school as her, which included P. Tried picking up a conversation about me and acted as if she was entitled to the information that I started dating somebody. And since I was a goody two shoes till I was 15, she was astonished that I would get a boyfriend and not tell her. Now, nobody joined in and bitched about me with her, so she obviously felt alone and she didn't follow up. One day, she saw me on my way back to my house and stopped me and asked me how I was doing. I told her how I was doing. I asked her how she was doing. And then she asked me what subjects I have chosen for high school. Then I asked her the same question and she told me what subjects she has chosen. I followed up with, why didn't you choose biology? Because I remember you being very enthusiastic about choosing biology in high school. And by this time, I know nothing about what has happened. So I didn't know why she didn't choose biology. So she tells me that she grew out of it. Okay. And I could physically see her face dropping as I asked that question. And then she tried running away from there as fast as she could. If you saw her, it would be almost like she was speed walking. And then I hear from the same friend that she did not score enough to take biology in her high school. Also, now she was the one who was getting bullied and isolated in high school. Funny how things turned out. Then, coming to S. So, S got broken up on her birthday in front of all the people that she knew in a party that was arranged in honor of her birth. The second thing that happened was that she failed all the subjects that she has chosen in high school, except for two, which were common for everybody. But the four subjects that you need to pass, she didn't pass them. So she was demoted to a different combination of subjects. And after my friend told me about this, I saw her one day walking with her friend, and she looked down as fast as she could to not make eye contact with me. Now, am I telling you all of this to encourage you to draw pleasure from other people's misfortune or even expect other people's misfortune? No. I am telling you all of this to tell you that karma does take care of things if you start taking care of yourself. The moment I stopped caring about how to fit in, how to get in their good graces, or how to, understand them so that I could fit in better, the moment I stopped doing that, I stopped giving a shit about what they were doing, and I just accepted the fact that they are terrible people and there is nothing I can do to change that fact. That is when all of this happened. Because I took away the last power that they had on me. Once they were out of my sight, it was my responsibility to get them out of my mind as well. Because that's the last power they can hold over me if I keep them alive in my mind. And I did not. So pull them out of your mind. I know it's easier said than done, but you do have to try. So that space in your mind where you're keeping them, it's really precious. Do not waste it on them. Give them to people who actually deserve it, who earn it, like me. Also, I do not want to use the word, but tuck them. In bed? No. In deathbed? Yes, metaphorically. And just go about your life. They are not going to hurt you anymore. They are not capable of. You do not have to forgive them if you do not want to. I was just editing the video and I found out that the rest of the video and the audio does not align, so I have to re record it. Anyways, I was just wrapping it up saying that there are going to be people who are going to ask you to forgive your bullies, but if you do not want to, you do not have to. If you want to, that's great. If you want to forgive them, that's great, but you are not bound to forgive them if that doesn't come naturally to you. I'm not encouraging you to not forgive them. I'm just asking you to do what feels most natural to you. And if that's forgiving them, that's great. But if it is not, that's also great. Another thing is that people are going to shame you for not forgiving them, but that's on them. They didn't go through your experience. Even if they did, they do not get to dictate how you should or shouldn't react, respond, because two people going through the same situation can come out of it differently because their system works differently. They perceive things differently. So do not get to say, dictate how you should or shouldn't react. However, I do want to emphasize on the fact that you do have to forget them with or without forgiveness. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say. If you're somebody who can relate to this, I really hope you heal from everything and you get all the happiness you deserve, because remember, what you put out in the world is going to come back at you one way or another. So, yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.